I woke to the shrill alarm at 4:30 a.m., my suitcase already packed from yesterday's rush. Another day, I muttered, pulling on a wrinkled shirt. Airports, hotels, conference halls, it never ended. I checked my phone. One missed call from Emily. I smiled despite the fatigue. "Hey love," I said when I called back. "Morning," she whispered. "Flight time again?" "Yeah." "I'm proud of you," she said. "I know," I said. "I'm lucky." "You're always on the move," she said softly. "I'm doing this for us," I said. I dragged my suitcase to the taxi. The city was still dark, streets wet with last night's rain. Mark will be at the conference center early, I reminded myself. He depended on me being everywhere at once, chasing clients, closing deals. "Morning, Mark," I said when I arrived. "You're on fire today," he said. "Any chance you can handle the Singapore contract while in London?" "Already done," I said, laughing tiredly. "I live on planes, remember?" He shook his head. "You deserve a medal or a holiday." "I live for this," I said. "Sacrifice equals love, right?" The first session started with lights blinding and laptops open. I smiled and shook hands. Clients everywhere, shaking heads, nodding, expecting perfection. "I need to find the next big thing," I whispered to myself, scanning the crowd. Mid-morning my phone buzzed. Emily's name again. I ignored it. Short calls, quick messages, the cracks in our connection. Delays she didn't explain. "She's proud," I reminded myself. "I trust her." Lunch was a sandwich on the go. I spoke to Mark over the phone. "Any leads on the Tokyo pitch?" "Check your email," he said. I sent details. "I'll handle it," I said. "Don't worry." "You make it look easy," he said. "I've been doing this a long time," I said. By afternoon, exhaustion wrapped around me. The hotel room I checked into was small, sterile. I tossed my bag on the bed and stared at the window. City lights below, endless roads, countless meetings behind me. I pressed Emily's number. She didn't answer. I left a voice message. "Call me when you can. Miss you." Dinner was with clients. Conversation overlapped with business pitches. "We're expanding into AI next quarter," I said. "I can handle integration anywhere." They nodded. "Impressive." I smiled, but inside, a part of me missed the quiet evenings with Emily. Her laughter, the smell of coffee, the calm of her presence. Late night in the hotel bar, I called Emily again. "You awake?" "Always for you," she said. "I can't wait to see you," I said. "You're my heart," she said. I closed my eyes. "I hope my absence doesn't hurt you too much." "Never," she said. "I'm proud, always proud." Mark's text buzzed. "Flight reschedule? Big opportunity." I read it twice. My heart sped. Coming home early wasn't planned. The thought of surprising Emily flooded me with emotion. "I can't wait to see her face," I whispered. I packed quickly. Clothes for home, shoes, essentials. A part of me felt weightless, another part wound tight with anticipation. Airports, customs, boarding, everything blurred. The plane lifted and I imagined Emily waiting, her smile bright, her hands open. A stewardess passed. "Sir, can I get you anything?" "Just coffee," I said. "Long trip." "You could say that," I said, staring out at the clouds. I checked my phone again. Messages from Emily remained unanswered, small cracks in our perfect trust, but I ignored them. She trusted me. I trusted her. That was enough. The flight attendants moved through the cabin. Mark's texts kept coming. Deals, deadlines, contracts. I skimmed them. I'd handle everything later. Right now, one thought consumed me. Emily waiting for me, probably pacing, wondering if I'd ever return early. I pressed my head against the window. Lights below, clouds above, the hum of engines, and the sudden surge of emotion. Relief, excitement, exhaustion, hope. All mixed. I whispered, "Soon, Emily. I'm coming home." The thought warmed me. After months of departures, meetings, and endless flights, I finally had a moment to return. To see her. To close the distance that work had stretched. My life had been built on constant movement, sacrifice, and trust. And now, for the first time, it felt like I was moving toward something, not away. I booked the flight in 10 minutes. "Tomorrow?" Mark asked on the call. "You're serious?" "I am," I said. "The contract wrapped early. I'm done." "You never come home early," he said. "I'm changing that." The airport felt louder than usual. "Window or aisle?" the agent asked. "Whatever gets me there," I said. She smiled. "Aisle. Gate 42. At security my phone buzzed. "You sound breathless." Emily said. I'm fine, I said. Just busy. You always say that. I'll call later, I said, and I meant it. On the jet bridge, a voice stopped me. Sir, you dropped this. I turned. Thanks. Lena glanced at my boarding pass. You're early, she said. Early? People who smile like that usually are. I laughed. I'm nervous. Good nervous or bad nervous? Home nervous. She nodded. That kind changes everything. I took my seat. Coffee or tea? Lena asked later. Coffee, I said. Cream? Two. She paused. You're thinking about someone? I always am. Tell them before you land, she said. I want to surprise her. Surprises are honest, she said, then moved on. As we climbed, I remembered Emily's voice at night. Be careful, she'd say. Call me when you land. I always do, I whispered. We planned a house. 2 bedrooms, she'd said. Light in the kitchen. We'll get there, I'd said. After the next contract? After the next one, I'd promised. The seatbelt sign blinked off. My phone stayed dark. You're overthinking, I told myself. A memory answered. You're never here, Emily once said. I'm working, I'd replied. For us. Yes. For you, she'd said softly. Lena passed again. You okay? Yeah, I said. She tilted her head. You're rehearsing. Rehearsing? What you'll say. I'll say I missed her. Say it twice, she said. People hear it once. Turbulence rattled the cabin. I gripped the armrest. First time flying? The man beside me asked. Feels like it, I said. He chuckled. Someone waiting? I think so. Then you'll land steady, he said. When we touched down, my chest loosened. Welcome home, the captain said. Home. The word fit better than any hotel key. A baggage claim, Mark texted. You tell her? No, I typed. Brave, he replied. Love, I typed and stopped. Outside rain cooled the air. I lifted my suitcase. Last ride, I said to it. A driver asked, address? My place, I said. He raised a brow. Long trip. Long enough. The building looked the same. The light in our window glowed. My phone buzzed. Emily's name. I didn't answer. Just a minute, I told my heart. I stood there, keys cold, pulse loud, smiling at a future I was certain still wanted me. I checked the hallway camera feed on my phone. The image lagged, froze, then cleared. Stupid app, I muttered. Footsteps echoed above. Laughter drifted down. I smiled, imagining hers. I'm here, I whispered, unheard. A neighbor passed. Evening, he said. Evening, I said. Back from work? Early, I said. Lucky, he said. Some of us wait. I rolled the handle. My hand shook. Breathe, I told myself. Emily used to say, count to 5. 1, I breathed. 2, 3, 4, 5. The elevator dinged. Doors opened. A voice inside said, hold it. I pressed the button. Thanks, she said. No problem, I said. The ride felt slow. You look happy, she said. I am, I said. Going somewhere special? Home, I said. She smiled. Best place. My floor arrived. I stepped out. Silence waited. The carpet smelled clean. She cleaned, I thought. I raised my phone. No messages. Any second, I said. At my door I set the suitcase down. The metal click sounded final. I pictured her face. Surprise, I practiced. My key slid in. I paused. Love is timing, I told myself. I stood listening. Music thumped faintly. Not our song. New playlist, I reasoned. I knocked. Once. Twice. Nothing. I laughed soft. Classic, I said. I turned the lock. The door opened. Warm air spilled. Light spilled. Voices spilled. I stepped forward, still smiling, still believing, still thinking love rewarded patience. My phone vibrated. A text arrived. Where are you? Emily wrote. I stared. The smile stayed fixed. I'm home, I whispered. The hallway tilted. My heart counted wrong. I took another step. The sound behind the door shifted. I felt the future crack. Hello? I called. My voice shook. The answer didn't. It waited. So did the truth, heavy, breathing, close. I crossed the threshold, blind, hopeful, unready, undone, forever. I turned the key slowly. It's me, I almost said, then stopped. I stepped inside. The lights were on. Shoes by the door that weren't mine. I heard a laugh. Not hers alone. Emily stood near the couch. Ryan sat on it. My couch. He wore my gray hoodie. Emily said my name. You. I said, hi. Ryan looked up calm. Hey man. I stared. Why are you here? Emily said, I can explain. I looked at Ryan. Take off my hoodie. He glanced at Emily. You want me to? She didn't answer. Take it off, I said again. Ryan stood slow. Look, this isn't. Take off. He pulled it over his head and set it on the chair. You weren't supposed to be back. That hit harder than seeing him. What did you say? Emily whispered, Ryan? I laughed once. No, let him talk. Ryan shrugged. You're always gone. I said, that's not an answer. Emily stepped forward. Please. I backed up. Don't. She stopped. It didn't mean. Stop saying that, I said. Everything means something. Ryan crossed his arms. We didn't plan for this. I said, for me walking into my own home? Emily said, I didn't know when you'd be back. That's the point, I said. My chest felt hollow. How long? Emily shook her head. It's complicated. I said, how long? Ryan answered, a while. I nodded. A while. Emily cried. I was lonely. I said, I called you every night. You weren't here, she said. I paid for this place, I said. I paid for everything. Ryan scoffed. Money isn't presents. I turned to him. Get out. Emily said, wait. I said, not you. Him. Ryan grabbed his jacket. This is between you two. I said, it became between us when you wore my clothes. He moved to the door. I'll go. Emily said, Ryan? He paused. Text me. I said, don't. He left. The door clicked. Silence rushed in. Emily stood shaking. I never meant to hurt you. I said, but you did. I didn't think. You thought, I said. You just thought I'd stay gone. She cried harder. I didn't think you'd come home early. There it was. Clear. Clean. So if I hadn't? She looked away. I said, say it. If you hadn't, she said, you wouldn't know. My hands felt numb. So this worked because I trusted you. She whispered, I'm sorry. I looked around. Did you sleep in our bed? She nodded. I sat down. On my side. She covered her mouth. Please. I stood. Stop asking. I love you, she said. I laughed. It sounded broken. No, you love the space I left. She stepped closer. We can fix this. I said, you already fixed it. You fixed it so I didn't exist. She reached for me. Don't leave. I said, you already left. I picked up my hoodie. It smelled wrong. I dropped it. You never expected me to come back early. She shook her head. That was the deal, I said. My absence made this safe. She cried. I was scared you'd choose work forever. I said, I chose us. You chose comfort. I walked to the door. My legs felt weak. I won't yell. She followed. Please stay. I said, if I stay, I disappear. I opened the door. The hallway felt cold. You used my trust like a lock. She said my name again. I didn't answer. I stepped out. The door closed behind me. I stood there, breathing, realizing the worst part wasn't what I saw. It was knowing my absence was their permission. I checked into a hotel I didn't plan to remember. One night, I told the clerk. Credit card? He asked. I handed it over and said, quiet room. He nodded. Top floor. I sat on the bed and stared at my phone. Emily's name filled the screen. I'm sorry, she wrote. I didn't reply. It didn't start how you think. I stayed still. You left so much. I turned the phone face down. I spoke to the ceiling. I came back early. The room said nothing. I replayed moments. Good night, she'd say. I love you, I'd answer. I laughed once. That was enough for me. The phone buzzed again. You're punishing me. I whispered, no, I'm protecting myself. You never listened, she wrote. I typed nothing. You chose work. I thought, I chose us. I showered without feeling clean. I lay down without sleeping. How did I miss it? I asked. A memory answered. I'm proud of you, Emily had said. I said out loud, proud people don't replace you. Morning came. I checked out. Already leaving? The clerk asked. Yeah, I said. I don't belong here. Safe travels, he said. I nodded. Trying. My phone rang. Daniel's name. Back in town? He asked. Yeah. You sound wrecked. I am. Coffee? Please. We sat across from each other. You look thinner, he said. I forgot how to eat. He slid a cup toward me. Talk. I don't know what to say. Then say nothing, he said. I stared at the table. I walked in on them. He didn't flinch. I'm sorry. She said she was lonely. He nodded. People say that. I was building something. For who? He asked. I didn't answer. He said, you don't owe me details. I keep wanting to hurt them, I said. Normal, he said. I also want to vanish. Also normal. I rubbed my face. What if I caused this? Daniel leaned back. Did you ask her to cheat? No. Then stop. I was gone a lot. And you were honest about it, he said. My phone lit up again. Read it later, he said. I won't read it at all. Good, he said. I said, I don't know who I am without movement. He smiled sadly. Then stop moving and find out. I built everything around being away. He said, who benefited? Everyone, I said. Except you, he said. I watch people pass the window. I feel small. Pain shrinks the room, he said. I gave my absence like a gift. He nodded. And they used it. I stood. I don't want advice. I didn't give any, he said. Thank you. Anytime, he said. Outside I walked without direction. What now? I asked myself. A voice answered. Choose yourself. I scoffed. I don't know how. You will, I said back. Emily texted again. Please talk to me. I deleted the thread. I felt lighter. Not healed. Lighter. I sat on a bench. I did everything right, I said. The wind didn't argue. I worked. I trusted. I waited. The truth arrived slowly. I disappeared. I stood up. I didn't just lose her, I said. I finished the thought. I lost control. I walked on, finally seeing it. My life ran on my absence and I let it. Emily asked to meet. Just coffee, she said. Please. I said, 1 hour. She arrived early. You look calm, she said. I am, I said. That scares me, she said. We sat. She touched her cup. I owe you honesty. Start, I said. It began months ago, she said. I nodded. You were gone, she said. I know. I felt invisible. I heard you, I said. You didn't stay, she said. I said, so you replaced me. She flinched. I didn't plan it. You never do, I said. She said, it was emotional at first. I smiled. That's the worst kind. Why? Because you practice lying before you act. She cried. I felt close again. I said, close to someone who wasn't me. You were distant. I was working. For what? She asked. For us, I said. She whispered, I stopped believing that. I breathed. Anything else? She hesitated. Ryan moved in sometimes. I nodded. I know. You don't hate me? I'm past hate, I said. She reached for my hand. We can try. I pulled back. No. She froze. That's it. Yes. You won't fight. I am, I said. For myself. She shook. I thought you'd beg. I stood. That's why this ends. She whispered my name. I said, take care, and left. Outside my phone rang. Mark. You're back? He asked. Yes. We should talk, he said. We will, I said. Now. At the office he smiled too fast. Good to see you. Sit, I said. He Saturday, what's wrong? I saw the numbers, I said. What numbers? The ones you changed. He laughed. Business moves. Without me, I said. You were gone, he said. I was working, I said. For who? He asked. I leaned in. You rerouted contracts. He shrugged. Efficient. You paid yourself, I said. I deserved it, he said. Not like this, I said. He sighed. You never wanted the details. I trusted you, I said. He met my eyes. That was convenient. The word landed clean. Everyone benefited from me leaving. Mark said nothing. I won't protect you, I said. He stiffened. Threats. Boundaries, I said. I stood. We renegotiate or I walk. You can't, he said. I can, I said. Watch me. I left the office lighter. Not healed. Clear. I called Daniel. You were right, I said. He laughed softly. About? Stopping. Good, he said. I sat alone. I won't chase revenge, I told myself. Then what? I'll stop being useful to people who disappear me. Emily texted. Did I mean nothing? I typed, you meant enough to teach me. I didn't send it. I deleted the thread. I breathed. I choose me. Sounded strange. Sounded right. For the first time, I didn't plan my exit. I planned my life. I went back to work without asking permission. My rules, I told myself. My hours. The calendar felt different. You don't own me, I said to it. Sarah called. I heard you're back, she said. I am, I said. You sound steadier. I'm learning. Lunch? Yes. She smiled when she saw me. Still sharp, she said. I never stopped, I said. You just hit, she said. I was busy being useful, I said. She opened her laptop. I have a proposal. I leaned in. I'm listening. Independent, she said. No partners? None, she said. No chains? She laughed. Only deadlines. I asked, why me? Because you deliver, she said. And? You don't disappear when things get hard, she said. I paused. I used to. Not anymore, she said. We shook hands. Send the contract, I said. It's already drafted, she said. I smiled. Of course it is. I walked out lighter. This is mine, I said. Nobody argued. I stopped checking Emily's messages. The phone stayed quiet. Good, I said. A friend texted. You hear about them? No, I said. Ryan moved out. I typed nothing. Another call came. They're fighting, a voice said. I said, okay. Money problems, they added. I said, I'm busy. At night I worked. Focus, I told myself. The work answered back. Finally, Mark emailed. We need to talk. I replied, through lawyers. His typing bubble appeared, then vanished. I smiled once. Sarah checked in. First milestone? Done, I said. Already? I told you, I said. I deliver. She said, you sound different. I am, I said. Happy. Clear, I said. I'll take it, she said. I passed the cafe where Emily and I used to sit. Not today, I said. My feet kept moving. Another rumor reached me. She's asking about you. I said, tell her nothing. That's cold, they said. It's quiet, I said. I realized something on the walk home. I'm not proving anything. The thought felt new. I'm building. A message from Emily slipped through. Can we talk? I stared. No, I said, not typing. I archived it. My chest didn't tighten. Daniel called. How's the storm? I'm out of it, I said. Already? I stepped aside, I said. He laughed. That's how it passes. Work filled the days. Sleep filled the nights. This is stability, I said. No applause. No chaos. Another update came. They don't trust each other, someone said. I asked, why would they? Silence followed. I didn't feel joy. I felt distance. That's healthier, I told myself. Revenge would have kept me close. Silence set me free. Sarah sent a note. Client impressed. I replied, next phase? Already scheduled, she said. I smiled again. I stood at my window. You didn't lose, I told myself. You stopped bleeding. The city hummed. I don't need to explain, I said. The idea settled. Emily's name no longer pulled me. Mark's no longer scared me. Balance shifted, I said. I closed my laptop. Enough for today. The room felt earned. I understood it then. Karma doesn't knock. It whispers. And silence, when chosen, speaks the loudest. Emily called at midnight. I didn't answer. She called again. I know you're awake, she said in a message. I waited, then called back. What do you want? Her voice cracked. Ryan's gone. I said nothing. He packed his things, she continued. He didn't even argue. Silence stretched. I thought you should know, she said. I asked, why? She exhaled. Because it hurts. I nodded even though she couldn't see it. That happens. She whispered, I miss you. I said, you miss what I gave you. That's not fair, she said. It's accurate, I said. She paused. I didn't know what I had. I leaned back. You knew. You assumed it would wait. I was scared, she said. So was I said. I just didn't replace you. She cried softly. He was jealous. I said, of what? Of you, she said. That's interesting, I said. I compared you, she admitted. I said, that's not love. She rushed her words. I made a mistake. I said, you made a pattern. I took your loyalty for granted, she said. I closed my eyes. I know. She said my name like it could pull me back. I said, don't do that. I'm alone, she said. I was alone with you, I said. There was a knock at my door. Hold on, I said. I opened it. Mrs. Collins stood there with a bowl. I made soup, she said. Too much for one. Thank you, I said. She smiled. People notice warmth after the cold sets in. I blinked. They do. She nodded and shuffled away. I returned to the call. Are you still there? Emily asked. Yes, I said. What did she say? Something true, I said. Emily whispered, I feel stupid. I said, that feeling fades. Will you meet me? She asked. Why? So you can see me. I remember you, I said. She sniffed. I changed. I said, you reacted. I'm different now, she said. So am I said. She tried again. I'd do it right. I asked, for how long? She didn't answer. That's the pause, I said. That's where trust dies. She started crying harder. I didn't think you'd let go. I didn't, I said. I outgrew it. That's cruel, she said. No, I said. It's clean. She begged, one more chance. I leaned forward. Listen carefully. She went quiet. I won't punish you, I said. I won't rescue you either. She whispered, so that's it? I breathed slowly. It already was. I waited for you, she said. You waited for convenience, I said. She sobbed. I hate myself. I don't hate you, I said. Then why won't you come back? Because I'm calm, I said. She said nothing. I filled the space. I used to shake when you cried. And now? Now I listen, I said. And choose. She asked, do you ever think about us? I think about who I became, I said. And? He wouldn't survive going back, I said. Her voice broke. I was so sure you'd forgive me. I said, I did. Then why does this hurt? Forgiveness doesn't reopen doors, I said. She whispered, please? I closed my eyes. Emily. Yes. This is where you stop leaning on me. She cried openly now. I stayed quiet. I don't know how to be alone, she said. You'll learn, I said. I did. Minutes passed. Her breathing slowed. I'm sorry, she said again. I know, I said. She asked, can I call you tomorrow? I paused. The answer was clear. No, I said gently. She broke down completely. I felt nothing sharp. Only stillness. I loved you, she said. I believe you, I said. In your way. The line stayed open while she cried. I didn't rush her. When she hung up, the room stayed quiet. I stood by the window, soup cooling on the counter. I don't wait anymore, I said to myself. Regret had knocked late. I was already somewhere else. I signed the last document and closed my laptop. It's done, I said out loud. No applause followed. I didn't need it. Mark called immediately. You can't do this, he said. I already did, I said. You're walking away from everything, he said. I'm walking toward myself, I said. He lowered his voice. We built this together. You built comfort, I said. I built value. You're emotional, he said. I'm independent, I said. He tried again. Clients trust us. They trust delivery, I said. That was me. Silence stretched. You'll regret this, he said. I regret waiting, I said and hung up. My hands were steady. That's new, I thought. Emily asked to meet. Just once, she said. I agreed. Public place, I said. Of course, she said. We sat across from each other. No tears this time. You look different, she said. I feel different, I said. She folded her hands. I won't explain. Good, I said. I won't defend myself. Better, I said. She swallowed. I wanted to say goodbye properly. This is proper, I said. She nodded. I hurt you. Yes, I said. I broke us. Yes, I said again. She looked up. Do you hate me? No, I said. She blinked. Really? Really, I said. She exhaled. Then why does this feel worse? Because hate keeps doors open, I said. And forgiveness? Closes them, I said. She stared at the table. I lost you. You let go first, I said. She whispered, I didn't think you'd survive it. I smiled slightly. Neither did I. She asked, Are you happy? I'm aligned, I said. She nodded slowly. That suits you. I forgive you, I said. Her eyes filled. Thank you. Not for you, I said. For me. She wiped her face. I won't reach out again. I know, I said. I hope you find what you're looking for. I already did, I said. We stood. No hug. No drama. Goodbye, she said. Goodbye, I said. Outside the air felt lighter. This is what closure feels like, I thought. I walked past the office without stopping. Not mine anymore, I said. My phone buzzed. Sarah. Ready for the next phase? She asked. Yes, I said. Flights booked, she said. Perfect, I said. At the airport I checked in calmly. Any bags? The agent asked. One, I said. Destination? Forward, I said. She smiled. Gate 12. Thank you, I said. I sat near the window. You used to run, I told myself. Not this time, I answered. A message from Mark slipped through. We can fix this. I deleted it. No reply. No wait. I boarded when they called my group. Welcome aboard, the attendant said. Glad to be here, I said. I buckled in. The engines hummed. This feels different, I thought. No escape. No proving. Just choice. As the plane moved, I closed my eyes. Pain didn't break me, I said silently. It shaped me. The city pulled away beneath the clouds. I didn't look back. I wasn't leaving my life anymore. I was finally arriving. I stepped off the plane and felt the air differently this time. Home, I whispered, not out of habit but choice. Luggage in hand, I moved through the terminal. Lena spotted me at the gate. Back again? She asked, smiling like she knew something I didn't. I am, I said. You look lighter, she said. Different, I said. She nodded. Some people come back changed. I think that's true, I said. We walked toward the exit. How's the coffee here? She asked. Better than any conference hall, I said. Smart answer, she said. I laughed softly. I'm learning to mean it. Outside, the city smelled familiar, but I noticed details I never had before. Trees, asphalt, distant music from a street performer. I used to rush past all of this, I said. Where were you going? She asked. Anywhere, I said. Anywhere but myself. She smiled, not knowing how much weight her simplicity carried. Looks like you've come home differently, she said. I have, I said. My phone buzzed. A message from Sarah about the next project. I typed on it and put it away. Work was a tool, not a lifeline. I walked toward the building I now rented, keys ready. I own this space now, I said softly. I decide what lives here. The lobby smelled of polished wood and faint lavender. Mrs. Collins waved from the elevator. Welcome back, she said. Thank you, I said, smiling genuinely. I pressed my apartment button. As the elevator climbed, I reflected. The scars were there, memory of Emily, of Ryan, of my own absences. But they weren't shameful. They were lessons. They reminded me that love isn't about possession. It's about presence and honesty. At my door, Lena stopped. You okay? I am, I said. She tilted her head. You've changed. Yes, I said. Not because of anyone else. Because of me. Good, she said. That's rare. I nodded. I'm done chasing. I'm done proving. I'm just here. Inside, I set my suitcase down and exhaled. The apartment felt like me. The air felt mine. I didn't need to check messages, defend choices, or anticipate betrayal. I looked at the view from the window. City lights flickered like distant stars. I didn't win by watching someone fall, I said softly to myself. I won by standing back up. I thought of Emily. No bitterness remained. She had been a teacher, not a wound. The pain had taught me boundaries, strength, and clarity. My loyalty had been exploited, but now it was intentionally given. Only to myself, to my craft, to the life I wanted. My reflection in the glass showed someone calm, someone whole, someone deliberate. I built this intentionally, I whispered. I heard the faint ding of my phone but didn't reach for it. Messages could wait, my life couldn't. Silence felt comfortable now. Peace wasn't passive. It was earned. Later, Lena said, I hope to see you around. I hope so, I said. The words weren't about her. They were about possibility, connection without expectation, presence without loss. I walked through the apartment, touching surfaces lightly, breathing it in. This was the home I'd reclaimed, the self I'd rebuilt. I sat at the table and looked out at the city below. Scars remain, I said aloud. But I don't hide them. I honor them. A soft breeze came through the open window. It felt like approval, like acknowledgement. Coming home early didn't ruin my life, I said. It saved it. I leaned back, closing my eyes. I'm not running. I'm living. I'm me. The city hummed around me, indifferent, constant. I was calm, grounded, complete. And for the first time in a long time, I felt unshakable. I didn't need anyone to affirm me, chase me, or forgive me. I had forgiven myself. I had chosen myself. The apartment, the work, the quiet streets, they were mine. The future waited without demand. And I was ready. I smiled. Coming home early isn't an ending, I said softly. It's the start of everything I was meant to become.